Heyo! Welcome to another episode of the Best Friends Discuss podcast. I'm your host, Mike, with my co-host. I hate you. Say it with me. Brad.
Boo Radley.
Boo Radley. And then we also have the third member of our trio. We have Gage. Yeah.
Hey, back again.
Back again.
Back at it again.
It's been
with
a
the
while.
White Vens. It has been a while. This
Back-
crazy shit.
Back in the New York blues.
Who sings that?
A band.
Well, a band should sing that, not you.
I do a great cover of it.
No, you don't.
Oh boy! So we're sorry. That's how we're starting this podcast with support and friendship from our friends. But yeah,
I will be setting it down like that so you cannot see the label because this is not a sponsored advertisement.
booyah, covered. I like it.
Burned.
Excuse me.
Like The Office, you know?
Oh, roasted. Boom, roasted.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah. Boom, roasted. so
It's worth a shot.
how are you, Gage?
I'm good, dude.
It's been a minute.
Busy.
Yeah. Lot of stuff goings on and stuff. Rough winter.
Yeah, it was cold. It was dark. And more cold and more dark. But sunshine's getting out there and generating some happiness, and
People are getting their vaccines and
yeah,
still not going out.
or just reporting that it's killing them.
Yeah, that too. But hey, we've been going to more movies. We just went and saw
What theater's open?
Majestic.
and Village. But
I didn't know this. Me and Gianna have been talking about how we were so pissed that we did not take the opportunity to go when everything opened back up that first initial time. Mm-hmm. So we still have not gone in, almost over a year now?
Yeah.
Actually, over a year?
movies are like
They're starting to hit their stride now, which,
good movies are coming
yeah.
out.
So we just went and saw Chaos Walking.
Okay.
This is all right. Nothing super special about that movie.
Yeah.
So
nothing-
wait for it to hit a streaming
Yeah,
service.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
nothing to write home about.
Yeah. And then it was 2 weeks ago, I took my son to Monster Hunter.
How was that?
That was actually really good. The
'Cause
first 10 minutes is cheesy as hell, but
It's also Monster Hunter.
once it hits its stride, real good. The story isn't just hey, this is a video game type movie. We're gonna do video game plot. It's set more in survival.
Like an actual, if you were to actually end up in
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah, it's just a survival.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
it's actually really good. And then before that, we saw
Gee, there's more?
84.
I was shocked by 2.
Wonder Woman 84 we saw around Christmas time.
That's Mike's favorite movie now.
We ended up watching that through HBO Max.
Not good.
Okay. I'm not going to say it's great by any means, but it's not good.
Mike hates that movie
I-
right now. He hates that movie.
I loved the first one. I thought the first one was really well done.
Very tasteful.
Yeah. And the fact that you have the same cast, the same director, pretty much everything stayed the same, and this
Except for the main storyline.
right, but I mean,
The movie.
yeah, but I mean, they have a competent director. Patty Jenkins is a good director. I really like her as a director. It just it missed on so many levels, and it is the currently, or it was the lowest scoring DC movie, which is saying something that
What do you mean it's saying something? It's a DC universe.
yeah.
Whoa, right, I get that.
Trash.
but I think Wonder Woman when it first came out had 5.2 stars on IMDb, and Suicide Squad had 5.6,
Well, Suicide Squad at least gets an extra point for Will Smith.
Absolutely.
and Margot Robbie.
Absolutely.
Well, that didn't need to be added.
Oh, it needed to be added. That scene. Whew. But yeah, so I just wasn't a fan of it, and I thought it was bad. What, like, her lasso alone pisses me off.
Okay, I will also
You mean
say,
the MacGuffin string?
The MacGuffin of truth.
I will also have to say though, you go into movies and stuff like that with very high expectations versus
Especially that movie.
enjoying
You went in with a much higher expectation.
versus like the normal viewer who enjoys things at face value for the entertainment and stuff like. Think about it on the technical side of that movie. Think about CGI, graphics, stuff like that, and you look at it from that perspective in a different lens.
So I
did
have
good.
I have looked through that, and I've brought up before, like Brad has really opened up my eyes to the fact of like you don't go to see a Transformers movie expecting it to be award winning. You go in going, I'm looking for cars, explosions, and women.
Yeah, there you go.
I went-
Exactly. You have
and
to look
so-
at it from the perspective of the fan base that it is presented to.
So like I did hype up this movie in the sense of Wonder Woman because of basically just the first Wonder Woman. The first Wonder Woman was so good that I was like, oh, they have the formula. They have everything they need to make a second good movie, and then they literally
See,
the
that's
story
that's where
alone.
you
And then
fucked
he,
up right
then
there.
he forgot it was part of the DC universe.
Yeah,
Well, that's the thing. You also have to realize you can't simple math and science and shit here.
Right.
You don't have an average out of one movie. You know, if they did really good on 2 movies, then at that point you're like,
Right.
This third one's gonna knock it out of the park because now they have a standard versus there's always one-offs. There's always things that hit and land and get lucky.
like I would still be excited for a third movie.
Well, I think you'd be excited for a third movie just as a redemption movie.
Right. But I mean, even looking back at like Marvel universe, right? Thor. The first Thor was pretty good. It was decent, you know.
But then again, it had that first shock and awe value of,
yeah.
holy shit, here's
And then
Thor.
Thor 2 sucked. But then they came back with a third one and it was awesome.
Ragnarok.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it
that
was
was-
better than the other two.
Well, I will say they have different vibes. The first one focuses significantly more on kind of character
Building.
introduction. Yeah, building.
Yeah.
So you have to deduct that from your deductive reasoning,
Yeah.
if that works.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah. You deduced it.
Yeah, sure. But you have to take that out. You know, there's points that can't be minus because it is a setup game.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, the third one was great. And, yeah, it still was centered around Asgardians and stuff like that. But it was funny as hell.
Oh,
That's what I fucking love.
So like when you compare the 3 like trilogy movie sets of those, Thor, Cap, and Iron Man, usually the going rate is
Iron Man.
Thor 1 was good.
Oh, so you're going from worst to best?
No,
Who
no,
does
no,
that?
no. So just hear me
So
out.
now you're going random order? That's even worse.
No. Just hear me out. I'm just saying of the trilogy. So the first Thor was good. Second Thor sucked. Third Thor was the best, right? Then you go Cap. They people kind of say that the first Captain America was the worst out of the 3. Winter Soldier and Civil War were both really good. But then again, Civil War was just Avengers,
Yeah, pretty
2.0.
much.
Yeah, it was 2.5 is all it
Yeah.
was.
But still, Winter Soldier is still like the higher up. But the first Captain America, and I love the first Captain America. I thought
I think that's just because you love America's ass.
You're right.
All homo.
But still, like out of those 3, the first one is probably the worst one out of those 3. With Iron Man, people say the third one is either the third or the second one are the worst ones.
You're saying these things, but you're naming 2/3 of the equation in each one of these for the most part. That you're like,
Yeah. So
Iron Man. Okay, So now here's my question for you: rank them
of just those 6 that or
of
the
those
9.
3 heroes.
Oh, Cap, Iron Man, Thor.
No, not at all. But I feel like me and you would disagree, probably on one maybe, or we'd nail it. I'm gonna go. Okay, if we're talking movies, I'm gonna go Iron Man first. But if we're talking characters, I'm going Thor first.
Wait,
Cap's at the bottom.
isn't that what I just asked? Like, are you saying movies or the character like trilogies?
Like either or. How about this? 2 categories. First category, rank the movies that are in the trilogies.
The trilogies all
Okay,
together.
I would say Winter Soldier, Iron Man, Civil War, Ragnarok.
I don't think he gets what I'm asking.
I don't think he does either.
What do you? Are you just saying
This is a 3.
The movies all together. So the 3
the
heroes.
Iron Man trilogy, the
then Captain America trilogy,
Big
Iron Man,
shocker.
huh?
Big shocker, that's your number 1.
Iron Man trilogy, and then Thor.
No.
Yeah,
How are you going to put Thor at the bottom of that?
because
so
he has
for me, I think
one
it would
good
be
movie.
Iron Man, Thor, Captain.
See, I can flip-flop on those first 2 depending on what aspect I look
Yeah.
for, but Cap's at the bottom. I'm sorry. Bucky should have stayed dead.
He should have.
Fighting words.
By the way, I haven't seen you in how many months, and I'm like throwing this out there. Just like to stir the pot,
Yeah.
baby.
Feel betrayed. But yeah, Thor Ragnarok is a fun movie. I really love that movie. But if I had to watch just the first 3 Thor movies, couldn't do it. Dark World would ruin me so much more.
Dark World was trash.
Dark World was trash.
But like
Thor.
Captain America, that I could rewatch through all 3 of those easily. And then Iron Man, I could watch through all 3 of them easily, but then you end on such a sour note.
Why?
It's just Iron Man 3 is not a good like Iron Man movie. It's done by Shane Black, and he just went for more shock and awe.
I mean, I get that, but it is very Tony-esque mindset.
Yes, it is a Tony Stark movie. It is not an Iron Man movie.
I'm going to quote this right now by Tony Stark. I am Iron Man. So thus meaning they are one and
Whatever.
the same.
Captain America lives,
All right, cool.
and he gets the woman.
And no one will ever forget Iron Man.
Yep.
Who?
He will live in infamy.
I did show him a video where it was like, what's a song you can add to a scene to make it better? And it was Thanos about to snap in Endgame, and he goes, "I am inevitable," and then he snaps and he goes, "Durr," and it starts playing Iron Man, so durr, 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 durr. And then it goes to show Iron Man with the stones, and it's just I am Iron Man, and then he snaps. Oh, it's such
That's pretty
good.
clever.
But there's even another fun one that my brother-in-law sent me, which is Thanos is beating the shit out of Thor, and then you hear Mjolnir come in and hit him, and it plays the Team America song, and so it's like, America, fuck yeah, as he's like
to save
holding,
the motherfucking day now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, like,
I know what
those
you. I
scenes-
smell what you're stepping in.
Oh yeah, you smell what the Rock is cooking.
I saw one the other day, and it was that whole scene where Thanos is about to snap his fingers, and everyone's standing around just like, and it does the cut scenes between the 25 people that are there. But every time it snaps back to Thanos, it's like from Camp Rock, you know, with like Demi Lovato and stuff like, and then like walking in, like stomping the yard. You know, they're walking, snapping, and then it's like people joining in. So it's like, and they're all just like progressively more horrified as more people add into this Camp Rock cut scene. So yeah, also trash.
We also saw a video of like how they introduced Deadpool would be really funny, where he's just like lying on a couch or getting food, and when everyone is like bringing everyone to the final fight through the circles, there's a small circle like that big that opens up, and like Deadpool looks through it, sees everyone, and he's trying his best to like open it, like he's like trying to pry open with his hand. He gets a crowbar to open it. He starts shooting it with guns, and then he gets like pissed off that he didn't make the final fight, and so then he
That's when he murders the whole DC and Marvel universe.
yeah, that's when he travels around to try to murder the Marvel universe, but he keeps showing up where there's only like secondary or tertiary like characters.
Oh,
That's
like,
all
like with
he
the
needs.
X-Men thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he only ever gets non-important people
Yeah.
or non-crucial.
And he gets pissed off that nobody wants to be in his movie. Like no A-list celebrities want to be in his movie.
That's great. I mean, if we want to hit that, Deadpool is just a category of his own.
Yeah.
100, and the fact that they picked Ryan Reynolds for that role, I could not imagine a better person.
No.
Oh.
Literally,
Depends if you ask Sammy. Sammy hates Ryan Reynolds.
well, it's a real shame everyone else loves him.
Yeah. Always sucks to be that one person that's wrong.
Since we're kind of on this subject, have we seen WandaVision?
No.
I know.
I don't have Disney Plus, so I need to borrow it from Scott.
I know about everything that happens in it. It gets spoiled for me, but
Why?
Because of
Why
Nick.
do you let that happen?
Is it because of Nick?
well, Nick and my little brother and his boyfriend talked to me about it, and
Why? Okay, that you let them talk to you about it.
well,
You
I also
shut that conversation down as soon as you hear any Vision, Wanda, nothing done.
Well, I also get on Facebook and Reddit and YouTube. Like YouTube thumbnails also ruin it. So like I know
I mean, there's not a whole anything out of WandaVision, even in a thumbnail. There's still a load of context to it.
right, but like the Halloween episode, like they show a certain character's thumbnail, and I'm like, oh okay, cool, that happens. Same thing with Facebook.
It's still you're not ready.
But like I said, I know what pretty much happens in it. So
And I'll also talk to my woman. See if we get you hooked up. But we're gonna have to talk about some like watchage. I don't want. Might be some problems. You know, I think I'm on episode 5. I start watching an episode. I'm like, where the fuck am I?
Like I said, if nothing else, I need to get with Scott. So
Oh, we also-
I know he's seen it all too.
We also learned a very dirty trick that Disney Plus pulls.
what?
We got the whole premiere access thing for Mulan. Trash. Yeah, that's a one-time purchase.
Yep.
Because what's that? Raya?
Yeah,
The dragon
yeah, like
animated one looks amazing. Super excited for it. And they're like, yeah, pay. We called everyone up, and they're like, yeah, go to this account. That's what we bought it on. This, that, and the other. And no, which I mean, I guess if more than 2 people watched it, it'd be worth it because that's a movie ticket. You know, $30, 3 people. But that's steep.
yeah. Well, it's not even like if you were to rent it.
I already pay you a monthly fucking subscription.
Yeah, honestly, that's my biggest complaint with us, with everybody going to these streaming services. This is the way they're going, which is why
Everyone and their mother.
I would much rather we open up the
theaters.
and start going back.
That's
Because
why we
they are
started.
going to start screwing you. It's like Mulan, pay $30. Are you kidding me? Even 2 people, that's like,
Well,
it's $5 more a ticket than it would be for us to go down to a
Yeah,
movie
but at the
theater.
same time, you're not getting rid of movie theaters. You're
I don't
not.
know.
It's not. You're always gonna have those people that a large population. Maybe it's not.
Honestly, there was a good chance it would have if it wasn't for the fact that during the whole GameStop thing, AMC got a hell of a lot of money and they sold their shares and got $600 million to bail their asses out. Without that, they'd be looking like Regal theaters, which are gonna just go flat out of business.
I mean, that's fine. There's always someone else to swoop in.
That's the problem. There isn't though. Those are like the 2 main ones. That's it.
All right, the Gage Road movie theater will be opening as soon as everything else fucking crashes.
yeah, I mean, what sucks about that like service is that it's not even renting it. Like you said, it's $30 one-time use. Anyone who gets to it uses it for you. Instead, we're renting it. You have it for like 24 hours, so you could rewatch it and rewatch it and rewatch it if you wanted
For
to.
$30,
Yeah.
let me buy the movie.
Exactly.
That is more than what you could sell a normal DVD for, anyways.
Yeah,
you
and
know
it's
what I
even
mean.
pricier
It
than
should have been
Blu-ray.
a download. That's what it should have been.
A library, you know.
Yep.
It's not necessarily a premiere access thing. It's a just buy the movie if you want to watch it. Buy the movie. It's $30, which is more money than what they're going to get out of it anyways.
Yeah, I mean,
Or what they could have done is literally a premiere access. So the fact of like buying a movie is usually like $20, right? $30, you get the premiere access. You basically get to rent it for that day. But then when it comes out on sale for like DVD, it becomes an automatic just cloud download for you.
Yeah.
That would have been better. But no, they're not doing that.
yeah, and I mean, even like HBO Max, all of their movies that are like same day streaming are in theaters. So it's when it hits theaters, same day streaming, and that's why we've chosen like Wonder Woman. It came out the 24th, 25th, 26th, something like that. 25th.
I don't know.
It came out
came
one
out.
day in a month.
And
Last year.
it wasn't like my brother-in-law has HBO Max, and it wasn't a hey, let's go over to your place and watch this. It was let's go to the theater because I enjoy the theater a lot.
I do as well. Yeah.
And that's why like Brad and we had a conversation, like an hour-long conversation of like we want to go see more movies. We want to support the theaters, and so
We used to have Movie Pass.
yeah we
Yeah, we all three had Movie Pass, dude. I was just talking about that the other day.
I just took that out of my wallet.
Oh man, that was the greatest back in its prime.
Yeah.
Especially being right there with the Edwards downtown. Get out of class, roll down to the river, sling up my hammock for a bit, partake in extracurricular activities, and then ride my bike to the movie theater and just like, yeah, it was great.
Like geometry,
Yeah,
band, orchestra, string instrument.
swimming, harmonica.
Oh,
Yeah,
not orchidork
that was back then.
back then.
It was a long time ago now.
A long time.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Too much fun.
I almost look like I have a spray tan. This isn't fake, guys. I'm just a tan person.
Yeah,
there's
and-
whiteness.
and what's
it's
even
it's a
better-
farmer's tan. I'm sorry, it's bad.
What's even better is it's almost matching your shirt.
I know. I think the shirt makes it look that
Worse?
spray tan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I could just take it off. No. Okay.
no, calm down. But yeah. So Gage, we brought you on to the podcast because we wanted to tell you about our trip.
To Vegas.
We had the conversation when we were in Vegas that we wanted to do an episode telling you about Vegas because of Adventures of Pidgeotto, our first episode, but call it like Adventures without Pidgeotto or Adventures Mike and Brad's Adventures telling Pidgeotto or something like that.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But yeah, so we just wanted to tell you about our
I'm
our
excited.
trip.
They literally wouldn't tell me about this outside of recording.
Yeah, we were really hush hush. We were like, shut up. Stop asking questions. Ask me different questions. No, don't, not those questions. Okay, those questions.
And then a response, and then no, not those questions.
Yeah. Hush hush. So we went to Vegas for 4 days. We left on a Thursday, came back on a Sunday. Fucking 6 a.m. on Sunday. We didn't
That
go.
was
Why'd
a
you
little
guys
ridiculous.
waste a day?
So it was mainly because the type of flight. So there were super cheap flights and they were direct. No layovers, nothing.
Do you know that there's a direct flight to Georgia now?
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Alabama. If I make fun of myself, you can't make fun of me.
Oh, we still
Oh,
can.
I'm sure we could find a way.
So there's a direct. I've been holding this in the air for like 3 minutes as I was talking. So yeah, there's that, and then 2 new direct flights got added. I think it was Austin, Texas, and Chicago. Fun little snippet of information there for you. I read that in the news today. And by read, I mean I handed my phone to my friend and he read it to me because
Yeah.
I can't read.
As you were munching on a crayon.
Oh, red ones.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Cherry.
They sell them kind of like Starbursts. You know how like they have like red only. You can get a box of crayons that's red only.
You get rid of the yellow ones and you keep the red and pink ones.
The pink one's the best.
The pink ones are the best. Red ones are the second best.
Depends on the mood.
Yeah.
If I want something more tropical.
But I can see you've been eating a lot of orange ones.
Yeah, I can't help it.
Listen, he's not in office anymore.
I'm just
I know you miss him.
making him live on. I'm hoping that I can grow my beard long enough one day, and then I can shave it off my face and use it to kind of do a big comb over aspect, and really just sell it. But there was no other way that you guys couldn't have like rearranged that from the direct flight to like even with a layover, which
Not
from
really.
Vegas
And
is
so
ridiculous
I looked
anyways.
at a lot of different flights. There were ridiculous flights. The most ridiculous flight I saw, Gage, was you left here at 9:00 in the morning. It was a layover in San Francisco, right? So you got to San Francisco.
14 hours.
11 and a half hour layover.
Do they have gambling in San Francisco? Because that's
No.
what I would do. I would
At
get
that point, just rent a car and drive over.
right. Yeah. Yeah, that's what are you gonna do?
Yeah, there was a ton of flights, but most of them were like 3-4 hour layovers. And I was like, I don't want to deal with that.
It's wasted time. Yeah.
At the same time, our flight over there, we were there by like 10:00 in the morning. I love direct flights though.
But so I guess you kind of make it up on that day.
Yeah.
Versus driving a day and then
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and honestly, it wasn't that
Plus,
bad.
you know, it's not like we went to sleep that night, so you're good.
Yeah. If anything, they just kept on gambling. But
That's exactly what I did.
yeah, so we get there through our flight, and it's not a bad flight, hour 20 minutes. Great landing.
Making fun of Mike the whole time because it was only his second flight, so we're just constantly like making like, hey, are we supposed to be able to see through the wing like that? Like, because
Yeah.
when the flap would go up and you could see through, and he's like, shut up.
Do you
Is
know,
that supposed to make
shut
that
up.
noise?
did you know I've officially flown more times than you just this year? And we're in March.
Can confirm.
Although apparently I had the plane all around me cracking up because there was a point when we're sitting there and there's like this weird, I don't even know what the noise is exactly, but it sounds like a dentist drill or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
hum.
Yeah, I'm like,
Like picking
don't
up-
worry.
I think it's picking up the wheels.
We just picked up the dentist up front, and like everybody just looked around at me.
Like, you could just see the back of people's heads just kind of like, well, just laughing. But yeah, so they were making fun of me, but before we even got on the flight, because I sat next to Brad, I was like, I hope you know this is my second time flying, and the first time I flew, I grabbed the armrest and I just went, ah! The entire time we took off. So
I don't see flying as like that scary.
No, it's not.
And I do just fine. It was just mainly everyone else just making fun of me, and I leaned into it. Like, when they would be like, "Is this supposed to be making that noise?" My eyes just went big. I was like, "I don't know. Is this supposed to be making that?" but it was even funnier because it's very interesting when people fly and you just kind of start talking about flights and like movies with planes in it, and then
You know what really makes it interesting? When you're on a plane, you start talking about a bomb.
or start talking about 9/11. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And like there was several times where I was just like, please stop talking, like to Scott and his sister, and
As they're
Brad.
listening to Black Box podcast about plane crashes. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, black box down, and I was just like,
Blackhawks
but then again, fucking Brad this time around acted like a child instead of me, because the little like,
Did he even look at you and be like, I'm a child?
I think once or twice, yeah,
So then he wasn't acting like a child. He was just impersonating you.
Yeah.
you son of a bitch. I didn't get that when. Thank you for pointing that out, you son of a bitch. But so there was 3 ladies in front of us, and then it was Brad and I. And
How
then,
dare you assume their genders?
Yeah. God, this is 2021.
So there was 3 ladies in front of him, and and Brad would just look at the fold down tray, and he would just slowly move one finger to it, and then just flip it down aggressively. So it because it would hit the stopping point and then bounce back up and make the noise, and I was just like, stop it, and it was probably pissing the ladies off. Like, he kept just doing it. And so, like, I would just see him going towards it, and I would slap his hand away or just hold the tray up. And then it would be like, attention, fasten your seatbelts and put your tray tables up. And I would just see Brad inching towards it. I'm like, stop it. So that was fun and annoying. And then we took a Uber ride there, and the guy acted like we've never been to Vegas ever. And he was
So like on the plane over there, you were Vegas bound?
We were Vegas.
we were
bound.
Vegas bound. I told him that.
He even made that joke.
I'm sure he did.
I didn't make the
That one will be drilled into my head for the rest of my life.
I didn't make the homebound joke, but that was because we were all tired, and we just got to the airport, and we just kind of sat there saying nothing.
Well, that's why I prefer to, like, you got to pregame the airport, and then once you get in the airport, you like keep it going, and then you get on the plane, and then they still serve it, and then you land, and yeah, you really gotta make it a trip.
I mean, I made it a trip. It was fun. I had a good time. So we get to the hotel, and
Where'd you guys stay at?
MGM Grand.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
In the heart of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I think next time is going to be Aria.
really,
Yeah.
We'll be planning a trip soon. We were discussing this.
Let me know when. I got 2 weeks that I can still take off.
Oh, okay. What do you need, like a month? Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Advance. We'll figure something out.
not in May.
No, I mean, I think we're gonna wait a little bit. It's not gonna be like right now. Right now, we got family coming out in June. Got to take time off for that. But yeah, we'll plan something, and we'll do the same thing of like.
I gotta go again because I'm halfway to my points to the next tier up, so I gotta just push it.
Yeah,
I want points period so that I can walk in and like, hello, Mr. Rodin.
Made 30,000 points this trip.
I'll get there one day. You know, with this microphone, you like can't see my mouth, so it just looks like hair.
You're like huffing and puffing your nose. So we get there and all that jazz, and we go up to our room, and then we go down to the gambling table. Brad put, his usual, $100 bet down on one number to see how it goes. Hits, and he's like, "This is gonna be a good
You mean
trip."
color?
Color.
Would you go red or black this time?
It's always black.
Always
Okay.
black.
Always
Black. Dude, so many times, Grandpa Jack, 22.
You did text me that. I did text him, just so you know, for the record. I did let him know that it's still an ongoing joke, and that we got you.
That's good.
Dude, I won twice on Grandpa Jack, by the way.
Black 22, baby.
You know what? I gotta be honest. I forgot he was alive, so that's on me. My bad. like I would go. I would.
He's like, you texted him?
Yeah, I was
What?
like,
That makes no. You landline to heaven?
I would. Either
Sir,
somebody,
that's called a prayer.
someone would,
Or just Jim Carrey's computer?
yeah, right. Someone would put like a number on 22 black, or I'll see it on the board, and I was like, for you, Grandpa Jack, I'll put it to the ceiling.
I love that it'll literally always be a thing. You're not going to be able to get that out of your head anytime you're in Vegas.
Yep. Oops. But yeah, so we gambled a bit. Gambled a little bit more. I tried roulette and lost $100. I tried craps and lost $100. And at that point, I was like, "Cool."
Were you playing craps with Brad?
Yeah.
So you guys were like trying
So
to take
craps
care
was
of...
not my game this time.
No?
No, I stuck almost exclusively to roulette at a certain point.
I
think,
enjoy roulette.
I honestly think roulette will be my moneymaker. And then craps is going to be like, I just want to take 1,000 and just have fun.
Well,
just
I think-
sit a couple hours at a fucking table and just have fun.
The issue that we've also is we have practiced to play as a unit. And there was a key component of this unit missing. G unit.
Was it Gianna? I bet you it was Gianna.
If she rolls like that last time.
Yeah, right. Yeah. She was on fire. But
And then
having
and then she
By the
was
way,
puking.
Mike got to see the actual sizes of the tables. At like some of them, they're fucking long. He's like, holy shit.
So
dude.
it's like this-
your table is small.
so you probably felt like the same way when we're not going there. Never mind.
When a woman sees my
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say when you saw your first porn and really realized the size difference.
oh boy, oh my god, like when you like unfolded the thing. What am I talking
So
about?
I feel like it's a little bit different. 3 people on a craps table as a collective that kind of work a little bit more in also, I'm going to say cover, but I'm pretty sure the proper term is hedging each other's bets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Look at me. And just kind of covering us because, I mean, from all of our practice rounds and stuff here that we've practiced, you know, it's like one of us is down a lot, one's down a little, and the other one's up a lot.
Yeah.
So you got to have that third kind of player. And Scott knows how to play.
Yeah.
Um,
So the other problem that we were running into, and I don't know if it's just the fact that they have so many less tables open because of COVID, that was kind of a bitch.
so like everything was packed.
So
Every
most of the
open-
tables were packed. They were high, like dollar though.
Oh.
Like
that was the other thing.
$25.
So 15 to 25 was normal. Finding a $10 table was hard
Lucky.
as hell.
Yeah. But we
That's no
but we
fun.
did
And
it.
I remember the first time I was down there, during the day you could find $5 tables. $10 was like, it was like 5 and
Midday.
10, and then at night like 10 started to become rare, and you'd start to see 15 and 25s. But like we saw a $50 freaking craps table.
That is ridiculous,
Yeah.
dude. That
And-
is because now that you look back on it, and if you've never played craps, I mean, you are betting a significant amount of chips, whether those be $5 chips or $50 chips. Huge difference. But anytime you play craps, you got to kind of cover yourself. It's a lot of money with $50 chips.
Yeah.
My God.
And the 25 tables, most of the time you walk by them, it just had the like 3-4 people working that table just standing because no one was coming to the table.
Yeah. It is funny though. Once you get at least one person at the table, then like it'll start to like attract a crowd.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened to me at a few different like roulette tables. Like I sat down, I was the only one. I'm like, fucking, I'm gonna sit down at a 25 table. I'm fine with this.
Yeah.
And by the end, the whole table was packed, and we had people like trying to come in, but they won't let. So they only allow 4 people at a table now.
For roulette.
And then everybody else has to like stand back like 6 feet.
But that's not as... Oh, you can't even really watch.
So, yeah, it's kind of a bitch. Now, generally, we weren't always 6 feet away, but yeah, that was kind of a bitch compared to like the last time.
Well,
So
that kind
like,
of that throws me back to remembering that first night we got to Vegas on our trip, and after copious amounts of drinking, you know, and throughout the night. And keep in mind that was my first time like gambling, actually like playing roulette. And I remember there was multiple times throughout the night that I remember throughout my hazy black memory that like a dealer would be like, "Oh, that's not right," and change my chips for me and stuff. Because I didn't realize that we were going to tables of different buy-ins. So I'm like betting like how I'd bet on a $10 or $5 table, and like that doesn't make sense. Let's do this. And I'm like, thank you. Could I also get a vodka cranberry?
Yeah, you know what? Even at the tables, if you wanted to smoke, you had to step away because you had to wear your mask.
and you can't drink next to the table. You have to step away to take a drink.
Yeah.
All right. So
That
this whole
was
like
kind of a pain.
this whole like possible soon Vegas trip thing, we're waiting. No, we're pushing that back.
It sucks, but it's not as bad as like smoking was honestly the bigger thing.
Well,
like,
that's me. I'm saying this
Yeah.
majority out of smoking than drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, because a cigarette takes time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, your drink takes as much time as you want it to. You know, if I need to step away from the table, gone, done, 2 seconds. That's it. You know, but smoking takes me 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't strip clubs.
we didn't actually hit one this time.
Oh, it's because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
The lumberjack.
Laptop.
But I'm sure that fucking sucks too. We were talking about it earlier, dude. I think
Well,
it's
like
just the
I
atmosphere.
said, if the strippers have to wear a mask, they better have taken off another piece of clothing. I'm just saying there should be a limit.
I like that mindset, Brad.
By the
so
way,
they start off with one less piece of clothing. We get to the end result quicker.
Yeah.
right. Brad said something about the showgirls that are walking around like pictures, get your pictures.
Oh,
He
it was mean.
it was very very mean. He was like, he was like, wow, these showgirls have really let themselves go during
COVID lockdown.
yeah during quarantine. And then what was the comment about the pictures? Like damn, I heard the pictures like add 10 pounds, but damn.
Oh God.
But
I really let my people person shine.
To the savagery. I've missed that a lot.
there was there was another moment where there was like 3 showgirls walking, and one of them was like this because they had pasties on, and she was walking like this, and Brad just goes,
she was like this. She was just covering. I was like, damn, you must be new. Like, come on. Like the other 2 behind him are just strutting along, and I'm
Carrying
like,
her
"Oh,
feathers."
God, you must be new.
A little nervous first day.
yeah.
Feeling cute. Might delete later.
But yeah, so I lost $200. I actually lost $250 the first night, and I was like, I'm done.
So
But
I
did
lost
you have fun?
1,500 the first night.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay, I guess this question also goes to you, but did you have fun?
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Really, when it comes down to it, the thing when we go to Vegas is we go to Vegas with the money that we can burn.
Yeah, I don't go with more than I can spend. Mike kind of took everything.
See, you didn't get a degree from MU.
I didn't take everything, but I was like there's money I've had stored in my room, and I'm like, well, I know how much is in my bank account, but then again, I also know how much is in that drawer. So that's what I took, was the money I scraped around from my room. But I have to go back. So Brad was like, hey, we're going to eat at a nice restaurant.
Oh.
And he's like, I'm going to pay for it.
Can't wait to hear this one.
Oh, I paid for it.
God damn it, I wasn't there.
So
I would have paid for you too.
I know you would have.
So we decided on Gordon Ramsay's Steakhouse. Okay. Oh my gosh, you have the receipt with you.
I bet it was so good.
So
That was Sans tip.
So on the plane ride, Brad was saying you better not get the Japanese A5.
No, I said anybody can get it, but I am allowed to punch you in the face. Like that was my
was
my
the
condition.
stipulation.
You can get it, but I get to punch
And
you
what
in the
is
face.
it?
So it's a type of steak. Like it's a type of beef it's like a Japanese like Wagyu like cow.
How do they cook
It's
it?
bred under like certain freaking whatever
Conditions.
But it's $40.95 an ounce. You must buy minimum 3 ounces, which is not like a size of a steak. So to get a good, like even a minimum, like 6 to 8 ounces, you're looking at $300 to $400 steak.
See, like here, I like quality, but look at me. I prefer quantity. Yeah, so it's like, why go there for a 3-ounce steak when I could go somewhere and get a 24-ounce steak for nothing?
So on the plane ride, Brad was teasing that he was gonna get a $300.
By the way, next time I
Japanese
go in, I'm
A5.
getting the Japanese A5.
I'm
and
gonna hold you to that.
and all 3 of us were like, no, don't do it. And I even made a bet with him, if he lost $5,000.
He started to get worried after the first night, by the way.
Yeah. So we showed up Thursday, and on Friday was going to be our steak dinner. And I Thursday I was like, if you lose all of your money, I will pay for your Japanese A5. I will spend the $300 and I'll pay for it. And then yeah, first night fucking lost almost 12 G's, and I'm just like, or not 12 G's.
Wow.
It was almost
1,200.
It was almost 2 G's. But yeah, I think it was 1,500, and then I like came back with a little bit of a win at the end. But and
Problem is just you
you
weren't
could tell
drunk
him
enough.
he's just like, oh shit, that's a $300 steak I said I'd buy.
And I already lost 250. I'm like, oh god. So we bet a little bit. We honestly did not do well the first night.
Dude, I killed it the last night though.
Well, there always has to be a redemption.
So like I said, I went down to like 5K, right? That first night, I lost 1,500. Plus, I used my money to like pay for everything. So the only thing that my card paid for was Gordon Ramsay and for just like the hotel when you clock out. Everything else, like all drinks, like any stops, every time we ate, I just paid cash out of it. So it was kind of everything. By the last night, I think I was down to 1,600, and I brought that back up to $3,000.
It's a good feeling.
Oh,
I can see the smile on your face.
oh
and
my god!
literally
So
sense it.
there were 3 times the last night where Scott wanted me to like take his Apple Watch because it can like read your heart, because I ran the equivalency of like a 10-mile hike, like 10-mile run. Like I had my cardio in from just the stress of certain bets.
It's fucking insane.
So I tried a new system
Okay.
for roulette.
Okay.
It's called like it's a street bet. So basically, like if you remember like the roulette table, and it's got like 3 numbers that you can see like in a row. If you put it like on the line, like closest to where it's like red and black and stuff, it counts for all 3 of those. So I was betting on certain ones.
What do you mean it counts for all
So
three?
so like you could put it on a line and it will go 1, 2, 3. So if it hits 1, 2, or 3, you get 11 to 1 odds.
Yeah. So that's what I was doing.
Okay.
So you're betting on 3 numbers.
So I ended up by the end of that time, I was starting on like $25 tables. That's where I was starting my betting on.
Oh yeah.
And
just
I was
starting.
Yeah.
$25
And I was
tables.
betting on the streets, and I was doing a martingale. And a martingale is if you lose, you double your money. If you lose again, you double it again. If you lose again, you double that again. And you just go up and up and
Or
up
down.
until you win, and then you drop it back down. So you make up everything that you would have previously lost along with a win,
Okay.
is how I was playing it. And so because doing a $25 table, I was doing 5 runs, so they were $5 bets. So we went 5, 10, 20, 40. I went up to 80. So I got 80 on 5 different spots.
So
Gage,
I think you're-
$940 payout though.
Hey, Brad, I think you're going to also need to build a roulette table in your garage.
I think so too.
And we're going to do some practicing.
Dude, it was so fun. Hey, and because of me building the craps table, I know the perfect place to buy all that stuff. So
There you go. Oh, man.
We should
The
make
more
it
I hear
where-
about Vegas, the more I just like really regret not going, but it just wasn't in the cards.
But yeah, so that was one of mine because it was $80 across each, and I won $940 that one. But oh my god, my heart was pumped. I had to walk away. Me and this other guy were both betting like crazy, and we both won on that one. And then there was another one, but he was betting all across the board, and then he was also doing like 23. Like that was his big one. He finally hit 23 on his like he was out of money basically, so he was just like a stack on 23 and then kind of everywhere else. $1,500 payout is what he got on that one. He's like, well, I guess I'm back into it.
Funds replenished.
Yeah, I was doing good to the point where when we went, and I was like, man, I'm hitting everything. And I walked up to that one roulette table. It was like 100 on black, and it was just like, boom, I got it. I did the same thing, but I dropped $300, and I was just like, spread across at different numbers or whatever. Hit it, turned 300 into 525, and it was my last bet because it was like we had to catch the plane, and I was like, yeah, that's it. You can just cash it out now.
We're done here.
So the second day, right? Brad and I. So he gave me some of his money to help him gamble, help fuel his addiction. And
Well, I mean, the more people playing, more odds.
we went to a roulette table, and I did the same thing, the play the streets, and I hit every single time except for when they switched out the dealer. That's when I started not hitting. but I started with 200, and at one point I was up like 130, and then that's when I started losing. And so he cashed out after he threw down so much money, and I cashed out with him, and I was up $30. And at one point I was like, Brad, I owe you 170 now, like because the previous night I also lost him $200. So I was like, I owe you 170.
It's literally called gambling
So
for a reason.
Right. So then we met up with Scott and Stacy, and we they found a roulette table. Brad sat down with them. I went by myself to a different roulette table. I did 100, and I was doing pretty well. Like, I did well enough that I was tipping the guy, and I went from like 100 to a little bit down to a little bit up, and then I was like 115, and then I lost it all, and I was like, okay, I'm done. And so then I went over to Brad and their table, and I just was like, sorry, Brad, I lost you $100. And Scott turns around and he goes, that's okay. He just lost 900.
Oh, fuck.
And Brad's just like, oh my God. Like, he was so worried.
See, dude, that's one thing that I've always noticed with you is you get aggressive.
I do get aggressive.
Like, it's the ego. It bubbles up inside and boils
But you know what?
out.
It actually pays a lot of the time. I think this is the first time I actually came home with less money than I went down there with.
Yeah.
And that's not bad if this is the first time that's ever happened.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. But it's not like a huge hit because it's money that you were willing to spend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's the thing with Vegas. Gambling. It's a gamble. Either you're going to lose your gambling money and pay for it out of pocket, or you're going to win with your gambling money, and your gambling money is going to pay for more gambling.
Yeah.
So it's Flip a coin.
At that same table, at a certain point,
The one that he lost 900.
yeah,
Okay.
a guy showed up and threw down two grand, and he,
2G guy.
Yeah, 2G
so,
guy.
2G guy, we found out. So he knew he was a platinum player. Like, he was high roller status. Like, when he eventually lost all 2K on that table, which was like, it took him less than 20 minutes to do. He was just like, I'm going to hit the craps table now. That's where I usually make my money. Went over there and dropped another 2K. Like, that was just literally what he did. But he knew the dealers all by name, and everything was like, I'll bring down the kids so you can see them. Like, that close. Like,
okay.
He knew everything. But they were like, how's business? And he was like, well, now that they've legalized pot, I'm doing real good in Arizona. So we're pretty sure he was in the dispensary business.
Yeah.
And he came down, like, when he flipped it open, easily 20K was in that.
Just cash.
Yeah.
Walking around.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you didn't try to mug this man?
I
Flashing around 20K in a bag and wait till you fucking go to the bathroom, motherfucker. We're going to have a discussion.
I did mug him.
No, you didn't.
No.
Yeah, I did.
Can I have my money back then?
Yeah, you can. We of course ate.
Pixar didn't happen.
We of course ate at Dick's last resort.
Absolutely.
Our hats were really funny.
I don't even remember mine, honestly. To be honest, I just remember my sister's, which was Trailer Park Hooker. That's what she got on hers.
Yeah. I don't
Damn.
remember Scott's. I remember yours and mine. Mine was I'm not gay, my ass is.
Yeah, you didn't get as lucky this time as
Nope,
the first time.
sure didn't.
Does it really make you feel like you should have utilized the first one a little bit better?
I still own it. Still have it.
We could actually just take it with us every time we go to Vegas,
And then just
they
put it
would
on.
and just
Yeah.
put it on. They never know that it's old.
Yeah.
All right, I will add that to the packing list.
Yep. So Gordon Ramsay, right? We had to dress nice, so we, of course, brought like dress pants and button down shirts and stuff. So no matter what, I knew what I was gonna get. I was gonna get the beef Wellington. I always wanted to try it. I got it.
Signature special.
My thing was the second cheapest thing on the receipt. So
Outside of the water.
So Stacy got the chicken.
Uh-huh.
That was the cheapest. Mine was second cheapest with the beef Wellington, and then Oliver described some of the like specials they were having. One of them being lobster mac and cheese. That dish alone was pricier than my beef Wellington. so on the ticket, my thing was second. I beat out lobster mac and cheese. That the table shared.
And it's also lobster.
Yeah.
That the table shared.
It's an appetizers are pricey.
It wasn't an appetizer.
Yeah.
I just bought it as another entree to share so people could freaking test it out.
So
It could have been my meal if I was there.
If it was your meal, honestly, Gage, if you would come, you could have had your own meal and still tasted the lobster mac and cheese.
So I also
Mistakes
got
were
a.
made.
I also
Mistakes
got.
were made.
Oh, steaks were pretty good. I also got a side of mac and cheese.
Not what was said, but yes, they were.
Mistakes were made and steaks were made.
And they were good.
Glad to hear
Even
it.
the mistakes. The beef Wellington was delicious.
Did you bring me some leftovers?
No.
No.
They're- no.
I probably ate the most out of everyone though.
But what was like the portion sizes of these things?
So
Generous?
mine was the smallest steak, like flat out. But and it was the most expensive too. So I got the
Big surprise.
the Wagyu
how many
like
ounces?
fillet. I think it was only like 8 ounces. But
You think they hit it with a little bit of S&P, 2 minutes each side, toss it in the oven?
Don't fuck up my steak dinner, Derry.
But yeah, so
Sounds like
that's what I
overhandling.
got. Which I cut off a little piece for everybody to taste. When Scott put it in his mouth, he was like, "Oh, I fucked up." Oh, I fucked up.
Because he just got a New York strip.
Which he got the New York strip, which the New York strip was actually a very like nice portion size for it.
Yeah, it was big.
So I would say most of the things were good portion size. Mine was probably the smallest, but
My beef Wellington was like that.
delicious, dude.
I'm sure it was.
Fucking-
Did it just dissolve?
Yes. Not only that, I don't know how much you know about steaks, but like there's the marble rating. Guaranteed my meal had to be a 9 or higher, and it's a scale of 10. That was the minimum it could be, was a 9.
I don't think you guys could have even fathomed how much my mouth is watering at this moment in time.
It
Yeah.
was good. So I ate my entire meal. He cut me off a very small piece of his Wagyu, which melted in my mouth. Scott,
It's not the only meat that's ever melted in your mouth.
the wink is what did it for me. Scott cut off a piece of his steak, and that was pretty good. And then I had my side of mac and cheese. Everyone at least tried the lobster mac and cheese. I finished it off, and then we got to dessert, and Brad was just like, "I'm pretty sure we'll just take the what was it?
Sticky toffee pudding all around.
Yeah, which was a nice little like plump, warm cake, toffee syrup in a little container, and then he described it as butter, but it was ice cream, but it tasted like cheesecake.
Yeah, it literally just tastes like cheesecake. Dude, it was so good.
Like it. Thinking about it, I still taste the toffee sticky pudding.
I'm trying not to freak the fuck out. We'll push through it
Dude, we'll go back.
eventually.
We'll go back.
I don't
Gage, I'll buy your dinner.
deal. This is on record.
It's on record.
Dude, take the punch.
Hey.
Order the Japanese
Hey.
A5.
Take the punch.
I ain't no bitch.
God damn, dude. Could you imagine all three of us getting the Japanese A5 and it being a $900 ticket?
God damn, could you imagine Oliver's tip?
It
Because
would.
I over tipped him too.
It wouldn't be $900 because you think I'm getting a 3-ounce steak.
No.
No, $300 is an 8 ounce.
Yeah.
You think I'm getting an 8-ounce steak?
No, but he's only getting a 3 ounce, so I'm getting an 8 ounce. You can have the rest of his. So
Oh, okay.
Listen,
Perfect.
man,
Perfect.
13 ounce
Yeah,
steak.
we'll get there.
Good.
As long as I get 2 servings of the sticky toffee pudding, I'm good.
I will trade my dessert.
Oh, done. Done deal. 3 servings.
I get one bite
Dude,
though.
you don't want to.
That's fine.
Dude, you don't want to trade the dessert. You don't want to do it. It's not fucking.
All right, this will be negotiated at the table.
Okay.
This is not an official
Deal.
This is official. Here's the line of business.
This isn't official. This is official. You're gonna buy it for me.
Money man. but yeah, man, it was.
It sounds like you guys had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good night. The walking sucked.
Walking always sucks.
Well, I got new insoles before we left.
Wow, that was a huge mistake. You know, like you get a brand new pair of shoes. You don't fucking go to Vegas to break them in.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I got
Yeah.
blisters on my feet, and one of them popped. Wow.
Did you get like some moleskin to put on that shit?
Nope.
Wow, so it sounds like a personal problem that there was a situation that erected and you did not fix it when you had the opportunity.
Nah.
Which is surprising because
Third-
usually you're pretty good at damage control
I
or
am-
bomb
I am.
diffusion.
Third day, didn't feel a thing with my feet,
Oh, it only took 3 days.
so we're all right. But
Did you not feel a thing because it was healed and dealt with, or just because your feet had hurt for so long they went numb?
they went numb. They for sure went numb.
Okay,
Like
nice.
the blisters didn't hurt. It was the back of my feet that hurt more because I was putting more pressure on there, so I got off the blisters. At second, third day,
You
it
just
just-
see him like,
but we also we went and worked out with Scott and
you
that
guys went
was
and worked out in Vegas.
yeah. It was good. We kept up with Scott. I was actually proud of us because we've been doing like a push-up challenge that I came up with.
Who do
I
you think
guess.
can do more push-ups right now?
Between the three of us,
Yeah,
you.
you think so? I'm fat.
I don't know. We'll see after this, but essentially, like January, you do 10 push-ups. February, so 10 push-ups every day, and then February you do 20, and all the way up to December, you're doing 120 push-ups a day.
What's your PR? Personal record?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I hated push-ups growing up. I was more of the like leg press and stuff, but
Well, yeah, those chicken legs.
these chicken legs, leg press 300 pounds. So
These tree trunks leg press over 1,000.
Get fucked, stay fucked.
damn. But then again, those are tree trunks.
We'll max out after this. We'll do some push-ups. We'll do a little push-up challenge in the garage.
Oh fuck.
I'll even do mine with a lit cigarette.
Oh fuck. God, he's just showing off at this point.
So we had an obstacle course next to our barracks. It's an obstacle course. It's like mulch and obstacles. You get the point. We'd been drinking, and for some reason we decided that we wanted to go on this obstacle course because that seems fun while intoxicated, I guess. Exercise.
Everything seems fun. Intoxicated.
So I'm the O course champion, which I mean is the only person to fully complete without skipping an obstacle and to reach the end while barefoot in mulch with a lit black and mild. I mean, when we're jumping walls, we're climbing ropes. Shit was going down. But I was also in a lot better shape back then. So I believe in you guys.
I mean, honestly, I'm very proud of because it's my sister-in-law Brad and I doing it, and I gotta say we've done it pretty much every single day. But like,
Do you guys like send videos to each other to like hold each other accountable?
no, we just kind of like
Hop in a Zoom meeting?
no, we
In a
just
Zoom meeting.
we just kind of like check
Discord,
in.
bitch.
But I gotta say like I'm very impressed. Like I could tell the growth that I have in
Well, you also have to remember it's a lot of your chest too.
yeah.
It sucks at first. But I think that's kind of cool. It spreads it out over a very long time, so it kind of it prevents the
Yeah,
whole
and it's a
plateau.
gradual
Yeah, it's not
increase.
like fuck, dude.
When
You know,
when we next month
gotta like drink something. Arm just lets go.
yeah next month when we have to do 40 we're gonna give our arms like a few days to rest kind of thing. So Wednesdays and Sundays we're gonna start doing like crunches or squats or something like that. So
Well, you just break your 40 up. You do 20 in the morning and 20 at night. That's 40 push-ups in that day.
well, it just helps out with other areas. Like like I would love to get rid of this gut.
I say but you should put that on top of your push-up goal.
Maybe next year. But
Dude,
honestly,
this year just started.
After working out with Scott, I was like, dude, I love working out. I would love to get like a membership, because just doing like arm curls, I was like, fucking
Oh, you get a good pump on. No, for
Yeah.
sure. My biggest thing is you got to find your happy medium for yourself with time, dedication, and whatnot. I cannot spend like maybe an hour maximum. You people they're like, oh, I went to the gym. I go 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know, like
I got a buddy that's like that.
five times a week. And then the 2 days that I don't go to the gym, I work out in my garage gym.
I also run to the gym. I
Yeah,
bicycle.
Yeah, no car. You can't do that. It's just like, why spend that much of your life in this little building, like I'm pushing weight? It's not like you're like pushing something for an end goal. Yeah. Yeah. You usually find that balance, what works for you, but you gotta find a good place, good price. Maybe get your place a little pool, some sauna action, wet and dry, if you know it's good for you.
Point at me and say wet and dry.
Really?
Yeah.
That offends you, but really doesn't.
Well, we have webcam now, so it's fine. We can't. We have to fake it now.
Yeah, get a little sauna action. I think wet opens your pores and dry closes them. You can sweat out all the toxins in your skin.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but
What, you don't remember? I'm not telling you to recollect something. I'm just.
I don't remember you saying that.
Oh,
What?
we got to warp back at the end of the Vegas story to my newest tattoo idea, which you're gonna love.
I'm excited.
So Vegas, that was. I mean, any other significant events?
There was the homeless people, of course, that
Big
were
surprise.
a lot of fun. There was so we were walking all the way down to like Treasure Island, and a fire truck just goes blaring by.
As they do.
And by the way, we went and ate at Wahlburgers this time around. It was good.
Yeah.
Solid burger.
Okay.
Crappy fries. But
See, I need the fries mean a lot to me.
go with the tots.
You can't fuck tots up.
Yeah. That's why you should go with them.
Okay.
But so that's when so Brad and I kind of split up away from Scott and Stacy, and they went to a Gordon Ramsay burger place. We went to Wahlburgers, so I think we won.
According to Scott, no, we didn't.
Okay, so you say that, but like with Gianna working at a high-end restaurant, some of the shit she brings home is just like over my palate, taste-wise. You know, it's just not as appreciated by
Yeah.
me, or it's too complex of a flavor profile or stuff like that, or no, thank you, too fancy.
You know
it's
what?
like-
My sister-in-law said that this Gordon Ramsay steakhouse meal is going to be lost on me, and it was
It
not.
absolutely was lost on him, I think.
You think so?
He devoured shit. He didn't take time to
Take
appreciate
time.
Oh,
Let
it. He
it- let it just-
devoured it.
I took time. I took my time. It was good. That toffee pudding. Oh.
I believe you.
Fuck. Oh. But yeah. So we went our separate ways, and there was a fire truck that went blaring past us. And when we got back with Scott and Stacy, they told us right outside where they were gonna go for their Gordon Ramsay thing, there was a jumper.
And it was outside where we went for the steakhouse. It was at the Paris.
Did he jump?
I don't know if he jumped.
I mean,
or
we
whatever,
didn't
but that's
see-
what the so there was two fire trucks, but that was the fire truck that passed us was to go assist with the jumper.
And we didn't see a red stain, so we don't know.
Well, it's a little pressure washer action. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So
Not even pressure washer if it's fresh.
So that happened. The first night we were there, we went from MGM to Grand to New York to Excalibur, and then we went from Excalibur back to New York, and there was a homeless guy that like he seemed like he was in pain, and he just screamed, "I need money! I'm gonna die! I need money!"
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
yeah, just like that.
He spends too much time with his little brother.
Yeah.
Or on Vine. Oh, I miss Vine.
Don't we all?
But yeah, so he was just like screaming in pain, like he needs money, he's gonna die, and then he just like laid down, and we just like nope, kept walking. Brad stepped on a piece of bread, squishy
Toast,
bread.
I don't know, something.
Yeah.
After some homeless guy was like took it like up to his mouth. We don't know if he took a bite or whatever. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was smoking at the time, and then just threw it like right underneath my foot, basically. So I just like stepped on it, and I thought it was like poop or something. It was like and
Just a
Mike just
homeless
laughed.
guy's meal.
Well, I saw the whole thing happen, and I thought Brad saw it, and so I just watched his foot just go towards that piece of bread, and he stepped on it, and then was like, "Fuck." And I was just like, oh my gosh. Same homeless guy went up to the like Chippendale people, like the guy stripper or whatever.
Yep.
But this guy was dressed up with camouflage pants and a camo hat,
Booney.
and he walked up to the guy, the back of his head, and just started going like and, like biting at him, and the guy kind of like turned around and was like, what the fuck? And the homeless guy just kept walking, but then he was like muttering something and going like this, like he had like a sword in his hand or a machete.
Love
and
it,
like
yeah.
and then he like walked up to the guy and was like starting to like try to fight this guy. And so I was like, wait, Brad, hold on, I want to watch this. And then he just kind of like muttered and like threw up his hands and then just like walked away. I was like, man, that was
Very
anticlimactic.
anticlimactic.
And then he asked,
Very
he
disappointing.
asked Brad for if he had a lighter.
Interesting.
So then there was the other homeless chick who,
I'm gonna have to pause this story. Talk amongst yourselves.
you know what? It was really nice to see Gage today. But boy, that spray tan looks bad.
Yeah, you should really figure that shit out.
Yeah, that spray tan was. He should get his money back, or at least like a 15% off coupon next visit kind of thing. You know, yeah, whatever. But man, are we going back to Vegas then?
Oh, we're absolutely going. I'm already having withdrawals.
Fuck.
I mean, I guess you could stay here.
No. I'll see what I can do,
You're gonna need to bring more money.
or just not gamble as much.
Well, then no.
Shush. Like, nothing happened. Nothing's still happening. Shush.
Always protecting. Get him, Omega. Get him.
Except for he doesn't do anything.
I mean, you're gonna have your Biden bucks coming up here.
yeah, but
Set those aside.
I already saw a nice Ferrari that I want.
He ain't giving you that much bucks.
Oh, you don't know.
Oh, I do know.
Well, you know what? Make believe, man. Of course it's not a Ferrari size amount, but just kind of like
No.
you make this not fun. So anyway, homeless lady. She we saw her with one of the fishbowl drinks that she clearly took out of the garbage can. And she was sipping on it, and she passed like a set of Chippendale people and just like took a sip out of it and then set it back on the ground. And I was like, don't you want that? Aren't you thirsty? But then she would try and pick fights with people in the crowd and start yelling whatever, like they did something to her, like you took my baby. And it's like, lady, I just passed you like 2 seconds ago.
You mean your fishbowl is
No, my baby.
Yeah.
to be someone's baby?
And at one point, I actually saw her like go diagonal like towards us, and I was like, we just need to walk faster. And then we got to a crosswalk, and the light turned green, and so cars were gonna go past us, so we stopped walking. And she just kept going, and taxi driver honked his horn, and she started yelling at him and then spit in his general direction. I was like, I equally hate and despise, but love Vegas all in one. It's so fun.
City of Sin.
Yeah, man.
Gotta love it.
Let's see. What was there any other homeless people stories?
No, but somebody got knocked the fuck out.
yeah, somebody got knocked the fuck out. We walked
I
past.
missed a fight too.
We also missed the fight. We just saw the aftermath of a guy laying on the ground with a Kleenex up to his mouth and sunglasses with a lens popped out, and people just looking down at him. You're like, damn.
Yeah.
Shit was getting crazy.
Yeah.
We saw a guy who was like hovering around a trash can, and he had two sets of jeans on. One was fairly up on his waist. The other one was above his knees. And then he was just kind of like looking around, and then he reached into the trash can and pulled out one of the like long drinks and started drinking out of it. I was like, if I was homeless, Las Vegas is where I would want to be. But also gross. No.
So there's also that guy that he literally like just got done stealing something. He's sitting outside of the store just with like the shirt in hand, just beating the crap out of the security tag, trying to break it on the sidewalk right in front of the freaking clothing store.
Take it to your hotel.
Yeah.
Or the alley or
Yeah.
something.
There was also the two ladies who were like up against the wall just having a conversation, smoking, and a homeless guy standing about as far as Brad and I are, just having a conversation with them, and they were like, leave us alone. They had no care, and he was just still like talking to them, and they were like, yeah, cool, whatever, and smoking their cigarettes, and like, this fucking guy's crazy.
It sounds like all in all a great
Yeah.
trip.
Oh, absolutely. I got berated by one homeless guy because I walked too close to his cup.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to steal his coins.
Well,
Which
Both
I really
times.
debated kicking it in the first place. So I mean, he's not wrong. Like I had the thought process.
Oh,
I was gonna
big
happen
surprise.
anyways.
Giant anti-humanitarian that you are.
Brad,
Fuck your cup.
Brad also got stopped by a guy who handed him his rap CD. And
Dude, Tech 10 right there.
Tech 10.
he signed it and everything, and Brad actually like
I
listened
gave
to
him
the
$5.
guy. And
I gave him $5 for it. Why not?
yeah.
So my first Tech 9 CD, I actually got from Tech 9. The same basic concept.
There's one thing I used to this mall outside of Atlanta. They literally had like a booth just dedicated, like a kiosk in the mall, just dedicated to like up and coming artists, and you could like rent it out and stuff, and get that way you can get your word out about you. It's my favorite place to go.
Yeah.
Oh,
You find some good stuff. We haven't listened to it
I
yet.
mean, yeah,
but-
some of them trash, but it's like you're paying $5, which is like a tip. You don't really have to pay.
Yeah.
But I'm a nice person.
Yeah, so Brad was getting talked up by this guy, and I kind of kept walking and kept my distance, but I stopped and was just waiting for Brad. And he came back with the CD and it being signed and stuff. And I just go, you should go back and tell him to listen to Best Friends Discuss podcast.
You should. We need cards,
Because
We do
honestly,
need cards.
oh, we do need cards. Hey,
business cards.
but honestly, I wanted to tell the guy like, hey, we'll review your CD on our thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so overall I think that's about it. That's sums it up. I came home with the same amount of money I had when I left. So
Let's consider that a W.
yeah. Something like that. Thanks, Brad.
You're welcome, Mike.
The Wagyu was delicious. My beef Wellington was delicious. Gordon Ramsay, coming for you
I'm coming for you.
No, you're not.
to ask you for more meals.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. So, anything else?
Hell yeah. Well, it sounds all in all like a great trip. I really wish I could have been there.
We'll get you next time.
Yeah, we'll make it work next time. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be good. I'm excited. Especially because I still haven't like legitimately played craps yet.
Yeah.
And hopefully by the time we do actually go, things might be a little bit more open, and not so.
Yeah, so they were just starting to open up. Like just even the guy from the airport was saying that like it's now starting to feel like normal, which over the weekend you could kind of tell because when we were there on Thursday, it was dead.
I could see that.
It was dead.
Well, Thursday's early, you know. I mean, Friday
Well,
night.
even so, I've been there during the week, and it hasn't been that dead. Like, it was super dead. Like, Thursday night was honestly like when we were there, but the morning.
Yeah.
That was the night. It's like,
that would be
wow.
wild. Yeah.
It was really weird. But Saturday, it almost seemed like it was back to normal. So it was.
Minus
the bad part
table
is,
restrictions and stuff like
the
that.
bad part was like because they're just starting to open up. There's like no shows or anything. So literally every billboard is just Carrot Top because he's the only one playing.
Oh my god.
Which I like Carrot Top, but like everyone in the group was just like, is he even good or
No,
funny?
he's not.
And Brad, of course, is opinionated in the wrong way. So
Better than you.
Bringing it. Ooh. Bringing it
Counteract
back
your
to
hate.
Tech 9, since you brought them up, in May. It's like a Wednesday. I want to say the 12th. Don't quote me on it. Him and Ritz and a handful of the group and Ritz and a handful of other people will be at the Knitting Factory downtown.
Nice.
It'll be fun. I just want to hear ooh-ah in real life, you know, versus like on a soundtrack. I it's not that I want to hear it in real life. I want to be in a room full of people all screaming the lyrics at the top of their lungs.
ooh la la.
No, that's not it.
Is that? Oh, I was. Seeing,
Ritz is the one that's like,
Oh,
my
I
life
was.
be like ooh ah,
Oh,
ooh ah.
I was
That
seeing.
one, yeah.
I was seeing Run with the Jewels.
From like Tokyo Drift.
Yeah,
That one.
gotcha.
With the
Yeah, I was
Hulkmobile
seeing,
that comes out.
I was seeing Run with the Jewels. That's my bad.
You're right. It is your bad.
So, but yeah. Well, Gage, that was about it. That sums up our trip and stuff.
Well, overall, I'm jealous as fuck.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But we'll make up for it. There's no doubt in my mind.
So, Mike, next
What?
time I'm going to a table with $2,000 buy-in. I'm doubling it up.
$2,000 buy-in?
Buy-in.
he was talking so much how he wants to go to the higher, like high.
Dude, I want
high
to
roller
go
tables.
to a high limit.
I mean,
high
high
roller.
risk, high reward.
That's yeah.
I mean, $2,000 on black or red, you know, like, fuck it. You know, it's a 50-50 chance to at least come out with it.
Also, we there were several times that like we were like we should go play blackjack. I think next time we should try it out.
You can go for it.
Well, if
Or like-
you didn't stay in the hotel room,
Oh, he did that again?
me, Scott, and Stacy all played blackjack that last night.
Oh.
It's my favorite kind of jock.
In all fairness, the last
Thanks,
night, both Brad, Scott, and Stacy all took naps. I didn't, and I just stayed up in the hotel room and relaxed,
Lame.
rested my.
You didn't even
feet
go,
and
like,
legs.
lay down by the pool or something? Oh, my God.
No, because
You know, next time, I'm not letting you guys die on me. Like, we will have all of the proper
they
medical
so the pools
things that we need.
they limited people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Wait in a line for fucking
11.
10 minutes.
11 people.
You don't need to wait. They put you on a list.
Oh, and they'll text
And
you.
they'll text you.
Ooh, go
Yeah.
find an arcade while you're waiting.
That's just called the casino.
It's an adult arcade.
But I mean, there was several times where I was just like, I'm just gonna go back to the hotel room because it was like I made a decision I wasn't gonna gamble with my money or Brad's money or whatever. Like
Even though I gave him my money to gamble with, that was the point.
I didn't want to do that to you. And like there was a table that Scott was at, and there was this fucking asshole who took forever to like place all of his chips, and when he did, they were sloppy as fuck, and to the point where it's like you couldn't tell if it was on a number or supposed to be like
Splitting a
between.
line.
By the way, when we left, because we eventually did leave that table, that guy was pissed as shit because his wife was there and she cut him off of booze because he was fucking drunker than shit. And then the bartender or whatever, the waitress came up and was like, "Yeah, your wife cut you off." Oh my god, he like started to fly off the handle. So I'm wondering if he got kicked out.
Probably.
There was
I
several.
hope he left all his chips at the table too.
There was several people we saw getting like dragged out and escorted out. But yeah, I mean, that table where Scott was the only one playing, it was us three just standing there. It seriously took like 10 minutes between each spin, and I was just like,
That's no fun.
I'm just standing.
Why didn't
here.
they weren't cutting the bets off?
No, so they were, but so this was one of the few tables because this was in New York, and I think it's either the only one or it's one of the two that didn't have the auto chip sorters. And so with so many people throwing down chips, you got 4 people, 4 different colors. They got to like,
actually
stack them up and do everything else and then do the math to pay you out and stuff. So that's what was taking a lot longer.
Okay.
But still, like,
So it was the payouts that was really taking a long time
Yeah.
over perspective.
no, but it was
really
still
making
that
this
guy.
man-
That guy.
Yeah, he was a jackass.
he drew it out quite a bit. But
More than what was necessary.
yeah, but like I said, like honestly, we were standing there for 20 minutes just at the table, and it within that 20 minutes, it rolled once.
It was a slow running table.
So yeah, at just a certain point, I was just
Now,
like,
then again,
I'm gonna go back.
that
to
is
the hotel.
also an awesome table to be like in Scott's position, actually sitting there. Because you think about it, if you're only rolling like once every 10 minutes, it's only 6 rolls an hour, which means
I can drink a lot more than 6 drinks in an hour.
you can drink a lot more. You're also not losing as much because it's so Jesus, dog.
Well, hello.
It's such a low like rolling table. You're not betting that much, so it's not like you're going to be out of money in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
fair.
That's a table you can sit there and just freaking just whatever. That's another thing I should teach you is there's it's called a comp method for roulette.
Okay.
Where basically you're not going to make anything, but you're not really going to lose anything unless it's like 0, 0, 0.
And you're just going to get a bunch of free drinks if you drink.
And so you can just sit there for hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I mean,
you can make money like if like you start hitting like the right rolls like consistently. But other than that, like generally it's a comp method. You're just betting a little bit higher so you can get those comp points and you can just sit at a table for hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, I'm happy for you guys. I'm glad that you guys had fun. We're able to experience it with a different dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Because the trip is obviously different when you're with different people. But yeah, no, that's awesome, guys. I'm happy for you guys and your experiences. And fuck you guys. Thanks for coming. I love you.
We'll have to plan also a camping trip.
Oh, baby. Don't even talk. It's here.
With that note, I've been your host, Mike, with my co-host. And
I've been the host, Brad. Mike's been my co-host. We've been doing good.
Go fuck yourself.
Actually, thank you for listening with our host, Brad, your co-host, Gage, and your assistant to the co-host, Mike.
Everyone knows that's right.
Actually,
Bye.